everybody. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Welcome in. I see you guys. I see Sherry and Sherelle, Candace and Debbie and Michelle and Crafty Fan and Breezy Ray and Catherine and Bonnie. And I see Karen there. Do you guys see me? It always takes a second for the... We see you! Yay! Okay, hi guys! I cannot believe that this is our last class content processing session of the year. I feel like this year has gone by so fast, and you guys already had your graduation. So if you weren't able to join class live last week, then go watch it so you can have your graduation ceremony. It was really, really beautiful being in that space with you. And I just want to say that I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and thank you so much for going on this journey with us. It's been a really, really beautiful year with you guys. Are we going to have you during these next year? Are we going? Oh, yes. Okay, so there will be question and answers next year with me, sometimes Tara. I'm still working out how to plan that. It might just be like if you guys have a lot of extra questions. So I don't think that there's going to be a set schedule for them, but you will have me live all of the time. And we're going to make sure that all of your questions are answered. Absolutely. Breezy Ray said, I know it has gone by super fast. I was watching old classes this weekend. It blew my mind how fast it went. It really did. I feel like just yesterday we were launching this year. Now we're launching next year. And how does time keep moving? I don't know how it works. But if this is your first class content processing session, hi, welcome. I'm Alexys, and this is your opportunity to ask questions that may not have gotten answered during class, or that you just feel like you need a little bit of extra help on. So I have some pre-submitted questions that you guys asked during the that you guys pre-submitted on Facebook, and then Karen's gonna be paying close attention to the feed to make sure that your questions there are being answered. What'd you say? Love the color of your hair tonight. Thank you. Yeah, I went back to my natural hair color a couple months ago. I was just tired of bleaching it. So here it is in all its glory. Thank you. So let's dive into the first question. Let's see. Chris Ann said, so the grid from this class, is there a particular spot in your home you should put it? And what is the grid for? What is it calling it there? Grids for health, prosperity. So Chris Ann, there's not a particular place to put this grid. The intention of it was stones of ascension and higher wisdom. So the intention of the grid is to channel wisdom from other realms, not necessarily the earthly realms, but from the spirit realm particularly. So it's essentially an ascension and spiritual guide grid. We also gave it the double meaning of your graduation grid as well, so it does have that energy as well. My necklace is Sylvia Peluso. This was a gift from Athena long ago. So it has a natural purple fluorite octahedron on the top, and then it has a green tourmaline right there, and then this is angel aura quartz. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, so there isn't a particular place to put it. I know some of you are putting it in your bedrooms, so it's nearby when you're sleeping, so that you can travel to the other dimensions. Karen is saying to follow your intuition. I agree. I don't think there's one set place for this one, but it's a great question. Cheryl says, I'd like to know more about being pulled to people and places, astral travel, remote viewing, and psychometry. Are they all closely related? Best way to practice and fine-tune them? I don't have the specific answer for this. I think this is more of a soul shift question as well, because we really focused on the gifts in soul shift. I keep losing the focus. I would say they are closely connected though. I mean, I'm personally not an expert on the soul gifts, but they are close. Astral travel, remote viewing, and psychometry. They all use your intuition. they're all, I think, having a connection to items or to places. I think that's when you'll experience those gifts the strongest. Let's see. This isn't a question, but Jessica said, my very first crystal that I purchased from SG was labradorite. It felt warm and actually reacted to my energy by becoming flashier and more blue. This is how I knew unequivocally that we have a relationship with crystals. I love you, Athena, for this realization. The very first crystal that I ever fell in love with was labradorite. It's not the first crystal I bought, but I fell in love with it here at Sage Goddess. So let's see. Torian had a really interesting question. They said, so I know that the generators are all different because everyone has more or less of each inclusion that the shaman's dream comes with. But because of this, can you tell me ways that each inclusion is changing or manifesting for our grids? I really felt super connected to mine and would like more details on the property of it so I can use it with more purpose. So this is a really great question. If you want a more detailed explanation on your particular generator, I recommend leaving a picture of it in the group so that we can look at it and figure out what the inclusions are. Athena did go over each inclusion during class, but in the ways that I think that can affect the energy of the grid is if your shaman's dreamstone has chlorite, which is the green. If it has more of the green, it's going to be more of a physical healer. So it's going to bring those energies to your grid. If it has the lodolite, which is more of that kind of purpley color, that's more crown chakra. And if it has the amphibole, that's protection. And so each one of these inclusions does bring a different layer. Some of them have all of them, some of them only have a couple, but once you figure out what your inclusions are, that's how you'll be able to really figure out how they're impacting the energy of your grid. Let's see. Okay, so Anna said, how can we use the crystal grid we set up in class for a healing session? Thank you, Alexys and Karen. I wish you the best in the future and hope you are all being appreciated in your jobs. There's someone behind me. It's weird. It's so creepy. Are you just trying to? Are you coming to join us? I don't know what I was doing. Oh, come join us. I was trying to creep in on you. I don't know. You kind of scared me. Look, we have a Austin Powers go behind the couch thing. It just doesn't fucking work. At first, I was kind of worried. So Athena told me earlier that she wants to join me for this, but then she had some things she needed to do first. I can only join for 5 minutes, and I'm in and out. But that's okay. But I had texted Rachel because I was like, look, I know Athena wanted to be here, but I have to go live now. And I couldn't find Bodhi, and we thought he escaped from the warehouse. I was like, Jesus Christ! I was just like, can you just remind Athena that I'm going live in her office? Because it was like my nightmare. And then I tried to open the door and it's locked. So I did not lock it. Really? Oh. No, I didn't lock it, so I'm sorry about that. All I did was close it, and maybe it was already locked. But I don't know. Here we are. Hi. So here's Athena, guys. So I was just answering a question. Yeah. So Anna was asking, how can we use the crystal grid we set up in class for a healing session? Yeah, for me, that grid is about calling in astral forces, honestly. You know what I mean? If you think about what's in that grid, it's wisdom not just of this planet, but wisdom from other planets and other dimensions, right? You know, so find a Bodhi, Operation Find Bodhi. Did you find it? Not yet, but Dave's on it. Oh, okay. Well, there's nobody's supposed to leave the doors open in the building because we pay to heat the building, and it's cold here right now. So I feel like I'm a mom. You know how moms go around closing doors all day long? I'm just like, fucking doors can I close? Anyway, but also I worry about him ending up at Burger King over there. Yeah, I'm sure he's somewhere inside. He's here somewhere. Yeah. So anyway, cue siren. So what I would say is, you could, anytime you activate a grid with intention, you're using it for healing, right? So if you have a client who is really working on some intense healing and needs assistance, not just from angels and guides and people in this dimension, but from the outer dimensions too, what I would do is dedicate, first of all, if you're going to do that, you don't want to set it up in your place and dedicate it to your own work and activate it and leave it, right? If you're going to work with it as a healing tool, then I would set an intention with your client
activate the grid, and then call in the healing, and then deactivate the grid at the end of the session. You know what I mean? It's very hard. It's so good to see you guys. He's like a little Bodini. I know. It's very hard. One thing that's interesting about this conversation, from my perspective, is that it's very hard to have a tool that you use for your own personal healing and also for other people or for a collective. Right? Like when I set up a grid for my own intention and my own purpose, I usually don't deactivate it. Mm-hmm. So then I couldn't reactivate that for somebody else. They may not want the intention that I set with it.
Grids are very intentional. I mean, I think everything is intentional, but grids specifically, you're setting them up for a very, very specific reason.
Yeah, and sometimes even a time-bound kind of period, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. I know. Everybody's waiting to find out where Bodhi is. I'm sure he's around.
My suggestion would be, if I wanted to use a grid for a healing practice, grids, I mean, they're not something that you're going to work on directly, like, with the customer. Like, it's not that kind of tool.
You'd be doing it on their behalf, kind of.
Yes. So I would just set up a grid in my healing space with the intention of healing for anyone that comes into the space, and just kind of let it sit in the space, let it sit in the room and kind of do its job. Like, you can even put it under a massage bed or something. That's what I would do.
And if you're going to do that, which I think is a great suggestion, what you could do is, and again, there's ways to zhuzh this up and make it more than I'm talking about, but you could dedicate a piece of paper, like a piece of parchment, for example, and anoint the corners of it or something like that. And then every time you want to add someone to it, you could write their name, handwrite their name, cut that out, and then put their name under the grid.
That's what you do for your prayer grid, right?
That's what I've always done. Yeah, and actually all the names still from like the pandemic and everything are still under that. I never like deactivated that or took people's name out of it, so
it's still working its magic.
Yeah. I don't know. So anyway, those are some really, I think, interesting suggestions. I wanted to drop in really quickly and for a couple of things. Are we allowed to tell them about the good news? Not yet, till tomorrow, right? About what's coming to the site.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Alexys.
Oh, well, we're waiting until, I think I know what it is. Hold on. We're waiting until tomorrow just to make sure it goes through.
Okay.
We're
working on something special, yeah.
We have something that you're going to be really excited about, but...
can't tell you till tomorrow.
No.
Anyway, so if you want tools for Crystalpedia or for Living Magic, it's hard to believe it, but it's December 19th.
Look at that.
And you have like 11 days left to register for your tools. So every time we send out an email, we get responses from people saying, oh, thank God you reminded me because I was going to totally forget. So that's why I wanted to remind you.
I think you can go ahead and tell them. Just don't. So we're launching something tomorrow so that it will be available. We were waiting on telling you, just in case there's some, you know how sometimes we try to do cool stuff and there's a technical glitch and then everyone's like, it's not working, and we just have to go and fix it. So
and then it's like Dina told them and now it's all fucked up.
So theoretically this should be ready tomorrow, but it may take a couple hours to sort it out. So
listen, if it turns out to be really screwed up, you can't blame me, and don't go to other people and go, well, Athena said. It should be working tomorrow. So a lot of you have wanted to do the annual option for Living Magic and for Crystalpedia, right? Either one. But cost is always an issue. And the benefit of doing the annual option is that you save 2 months, right? So Living Magic is $1,000 or for the year with the annual option, just like this last year. And then Crystalpedia is $400 for the year, just like this last year. So you save 2 months. We are installing now, at a lot of your request, Afterpay.
So exciting.
At sagegoddess.com. It should be ready tonight. Here's why that matters. Because unlike Zip, which can be shitty and, if you have too many Zip things out or they'll decline you or it's credit-based or whatever, Afterpay is not like that. And you can use Afterpay on your annual Living Magic and annual Crystalpedia memberships starting either tonight or tomorrow, which will allow you to save the 2 months and spread the payments out, and you're not going to get declined. So Afterpay is like Zip, but without all the bullshit. Afterpay spreads your payment into 4 payments. Can you look it up? Is it 6 weeks?
Let me see.
I'll tell you exactly the details. So Afterpay, yeah. So Zip sucks because Zip, it separates your payments into 4 payments over 6 weeks. But if you have a credit issue or if you have too many, right? So this is why I'm saying if you don't have $1,000, Afterpay will allow you to only pay $250. I think it is.
Yeah, it's 4 installments.
4 installments.
You make the first payment up front and the rest over time.
You pay it over 6 weeks. Yeah, so everybody pays on Jan 1, but a lot of people wanted to save 2 months. I mean, 2 months is 2 months. But they didn't want to pay $1,000 up front. They couldn't. It's not that they didn't want to, it's they couldn't. A lot of us can't, right? I use Afterpay all the time. I used Afterpay today to buy a Christmas gift.
No.
And you can use it on your annual Crystalpedia membership too. So instead of paying $400 up front, you pay $100 up front, and then you pay the other 3 payments over 6 weeks, which gives you time to do that. So, and I think you're going to be able to use it on your tools too, which is really cool. I don't know for sure.
The tools are a subscription.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah, so not the tools, but the
you're
membership you can. Yeah.
Are there fees to use Afterpay? There's not an interest as long as you pay within the time frame.
Yeah, if you finish the payment within 6 weeks, Tanya, there's not. I use it all the time. I use it on QVC and HSN, which I love. And there's no interest. There's no bullshit. There's no credit check. It just allows you to pay over 6 weeks instead of all up front. And like I tell you, the annual membership is the way to go if you know you want to do the year, because 2 months of savings, to get 12 months of our classes, 4 sessions a week, and all the bonuses, and all the elder council, and all the behind the scenes in Tucson, and all of that for $250 up front is incredible. And because you're going to save over the course of the year, you're going to save $200 if you do that. Same with, so if you've never used Afterpay, check it out, because it's on a lot of websites. It just wasn't on our website yet. So we rushed to get it there because a lot of you said, God, I would love to take advantage of that 2-month savings, whether it's for Crystalpedia or whether it's for Living Magic. I just don't know if I can pay it up front. So yeah, and you can pay it off early if you want. I never do. I just leave it on the auto thing, and it just takes it out on the installments because I'm too lazy to go in and update it. There's no you don't get anything back if you pay it off early, but it just allows you to make the payment with a little more time. So tell your friends if they're like, God, I really wanted to do that annual thing and save 2 months, right? Which again is a $200 savings in Living Magic, and it's an $80 savings in Crystalpedia, and that's not nothing. Same thing in Living Astrology. It's an $80 savings. Now you can do that, and there's no interest, there's no credit check, there's no hidden fees or anything like that. And so it's a really great opportunity to be able to do your annual membership. And Karen and Alexys will post in the group as soon as Afterpay is live.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
They will post it right away. So I just want to make sure you knew that. Now your tools, and by the way, you pay nothing until January 1. Not even your first payment. You're just reserving your spot right now when you register for Living Magic. And you can change that at any time. But a lot of you, I think, will want to go back now and change your monthly subscription to an annual, because you're not having to pay $1,000 out the gate. You're only going to have to pay $250. You're not paying $400 out the gate. You're only paying $100, right?
If you already are signed up for 2023, you just have to go in and change your payment option, Cherie. You don't have to fully cancel.
Isn't that exciting? You don't have to do anything. You just go, as soon as it's live, Sherry, you're going to go in and you're going to change your payment method from whatever you chose, blah, 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 to Afterpay. It's crazy. I know, the savings is crazy. Or like, I don't know, put that in your kid's college fund or whatever, right? I mean, it's a gift to you guys, right, that we give you the 2 months free. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. If you want your tools, don't forget to sign up, because if you try to sign up after January 1st for tools, you'll be getting February's tools. You won't be getting January's tools.
And it's so cool, you guys.
The Crystalpedia tool, at least you should get, because that black kyanite ring is everything.
It's amazing. And then you
for $44, and you get your crystal little book of gems with so much crystal wisdom. So yeah, I mean, honestly, we're making this easy for you guys, and I fucking love Afterpay. I'm telling you, I just used it last night on QVC. I was like, click Afterpay. Why would you pay everything up front if you don't have to? If there's no interest, there's no fees, And you don't even have to remember. It's not like you have to go in and make the next payment. It's all automatic. Why take it all out of your account right now? I used it on a gift. It was $80. I'm only paying $20 for the gift right now. And I'll pay another $20 in 2 weeks and another $20 after that. And honestly, the whole world should function like this. So anyway, stay tuned. Afterpay, aftercare, whatever the hell it's called is coming.
Shari says, easy peasy.
It is. No, it's super easy. You just got to remember to do it. But we'll remind you. We'll be like, have you changed to Afterpay yet? You need to go in and change to Afterpay. There's no downside to it. And they're not going to decline you.
No.
It's just the best thing ever. Ever, ever, ever. When I found out we could do it, I squealed.
She was very excited. I was in the room.
What did I buy on QVC? I bought a jacket as a gift.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, for my dad.
Aww.
Like a little, it's got like a fleece kind of.
That's cute.
I fucking love QVC. It broke my heart a little bit when Lisa Robertson left because she was my favorite host. But now she has her own website and stuff. And then Tova Borgnine, who I used to love watching. I didn't buy anything from her, but I just liked to watch her. And she passed away this last year or year before. So some of my favorite QVC folks aren't there anymore, but love them. And I love Colleen Lopez on HSN. Sometimes I go on HSN too. She's got cool stuff. You know what I mean? I like to watch shopping TV. It gets me out of my head, but there's no plot line. I don't have to follow it. There's no characters. Like I could be on my phone and go, oh yeah, I like that jacket. Here, Afterpay.
There's no plot line.
Anyway, I gotta run. I got so much to do, but it was really good to see you guys.
Thank you for stopping by to say hello to all of us. I
hope my dad likes his jacket that I got for $20 damn bucks.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna love it.
It wasn't $20. I know I have to pay the rest of it, but.
Now, you guys and I are not done yet. I still have a few questions to answer. Let's see. Okay. Well, that was a nice little surprise, wasn't it? Let's see. So, Mari asked, when working with clients, would you recommend having them sign a waiver? If so, would you, I think we did provide a sample. Was it last year or the year before? I believe it's really up to your discretion. Some of you guys might be able to help. I think we have provided a sample, not a waiver, but just like a little form that we provided. I might be making that up. Candace McDonald or Michelle said, should the grid be near me 12 inches for it to affect my sleep / astro travel? It does. Oh,
I banged you.
Athena banged me. Thank you, Athena. That's so nice of you. So crystals do need to be within your energy field. So having a grid up in your space will affect the energy field of your space. But if you want it in your personal energy field, it does need to be within 24 inches. Because keep in mind that everything has its little its energy field that extends out 12 inches. So as long as your energy field and its energy field are connecting, then it is you're getting that energy. I'm going to take a sip of my bang that Athena just brought me because that was very sweet. Let's see. If we can travel, Candace said, if we can travel with this grid, can we call forth knowledge from the other concurrent timelines with it as well? I definitely think you can, Candace. I really do. Angela said, I had an instance when I was in college and me and my friends or roommates were sitting around the living room in a sort of circle, smoking pot. And for a few minutes I left my body and was in my friend Sherry's body looking back at myself, and it was weird and odd. And then next thing I'm back in my body. That is astral projection, right? I haven't done it again. Also, I've been able to direct my dreams, and sometimes I've woken up during a dream and go back to bed and return where I left off in the dream. My opinion, yes. So the experience with your friend sounds like astral projection to me. The directing your dream, that sounds like lucid dreaming. Now, this is more of a soul shift sort of question, so not everyone here saw the class, but Athena talked in depth about the difference between prophetic dreaming, astral travel, and lucid dreaming in session 1 of Soul Shift. And she also taught that you don't actually need to be asleep to do any of them. So I recommend going back and reviewing that class if you still have questions about that. And if you're in Crystal Masters and not in Soul Shift and you're interested in that, I recommend upgrading to Soul Shift just for this month if you'd like. That way you can access the class. And that was all of the questions that I had pre-submitted. I want to thank you for doing this with me all year. I can't believe this is our last Q&A. And thank you, Karen. And Athena says thank you as well. I love you guys so much, and it really has been a true pleasure. I hope to see you guys in Living Magic and Crystalpedia. You just heard the whole spiel from Athena and I, but sign up now. You have until December 31st to sign up for your tools to get them for January. After that, the deadline is the 14th of every month. And I love you guys.